tap in. Ancestors. Show us what we need to know about our big steppers, keeping them 5 steps ahead of their enemies, their frenemies, and all these scallywags out here in these worldwide streets. Ancestor says, stop trading your energy for temporary likes. The universe is now rewarding those who choose solitude over the noise. Turn your isolation into solitude and turn your solitude into a sanctuary. Stop asking for permission to exist, big steppers. Watch what happens when you finally choose yourself over the crowd. Let's tap in. Let's figure out what's going on. What is it you're trying to say? Tap it in because you feel like you're missing something. Spirit says. Okay, you feel like you're missing something. You're trying to seek validation. Okay, you want people to validate your healing process. You want them to recognize you to be the person that has overcame and recovered from a lot of heartbreak and heartache. Yeah, you are known to be a person who recovered and graduated and learned your lessons in life. Yeah, you're the one that graduated in life through all the downfalls that you've been through. People have seen you go through a lot of shit, okay, and they've seen that you overcame it. But they're not going to give you a pat on the back, okay? They're not going to give you a reward, a diploma, okay? They're not going to do any of those things, okay? But they remember when you were a wild animal. They remember when you were addicted to drugs and alcohol. They remember your promiscuous ways, okay? And they also see the major change in your life, okay? These people remember you doing bad and feeling sad and tiptoeing around, sneaking around, okay? Doing the most. They already remembered all this stuff. They remember how you made bad investments, okay, into people, places, and things that you thought was your friends, and they wasn't. They remember all of this stuff. Wow, okay? Yeah. They remember your heartache and heart pain and grief of losing relatives, family members, and your parents, and so forth. They remember you going through grief when you lost your mom, your dad, your brother, your cousin, your sister, okay? When you lost your man, your baby daddy. They remember this stuff, okay? They remember. What else they remember? Okay? Because you keep wanting to be validated by people who remember all of the heartache that you've been through in your life. They've seen it firsthand. They've seen how you were betrayed by them and others. They remember betraying you. Oh my God, stop it, Spirit. And you're over here trying to be liked by the same people who betrayed you and watched you be betrayed. And they probably even knew that people was going to betray you before you knew it, and they still didn't tell you. They didn't warn you. They didn't call you and say, hey, I heard this and that about this and that, big stepper. Watch out for this person because this person has it out for you, or blah, blah, blah. They didn't call you and gave you any updates, feedbacks, follow-ups, nothing. And you want to be liked by these people, okay? They seen how you came up out of all this heartache and turmoil and made nothing into something, okay? They seen how you transformed your life and told the truth. You never lied about your lustful ways. You never lied about what you was really into. If you had to do a few extra things for a piece of change, you ain't never lied about that. You always kept it real about whatever it is that you did. All your business was always put out there because you never lied about the lustful things that you was into because it was just something that you thought was normal. You thought everybody did whatever it is you were doing. To be quite frank, you didn't see nothing wrong with your sex addiction. You didn't see nothing really wrong with your addictions in general, okay? Or even your, mental health. You didn't think that you had a mental health situation going on. You did not know that you losing your loved ones and grief would look like you being more promiscuous or maybe diving into drinking more alcohol. You did not know, okay? And did nobody tell you? No one prepared you for life at all, y'all. Even when life was hidden, even if they was to prevent you, even if they had the information to give to you, for some reason these people did not give it to you. They just did not give you what it is you needed in your life to dodge certain situations that could have been prevented if they would have just told you something you needed to know. But they didn't want to. That was the betrayal. Does that you get what I'm saying here? They could have told you about Jimmy John and how he beat women, but they didn't tell you that. They could have told you how you doing drugs would lead to this or that, but they didn't tell you. They could have told you that Whatchamacallit was talking about you behind your back, but they didn't tell you that. They could have told you that Whatchamacallit had gathered a whole army of people to come and hurt you and put you in danger or try to attempt to unalive you in some type of way, spiritually, physically, whatever. They didn't tell you. They was right there when they had the meeting, and they didn't call you at all and told you that these people was gathering up to come get you. They didn't tell you this. Okay? That's just as important as anything else. And you want them to like you? You want their approval before you move into the next level in your life? My God. You want to give your energy to these people. You want to hang and party and eat with these people? Girl, come on, somebody. Y'all better stop playing with me. What else here? You keep asking for permission through these people. You want them to slap you on your back and say, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. They didn't want you to win in the first place. World card in reverse. They wanted you to fail. This is why they held back information from you. This is why they didn't tell you about all the betrayals and grief and shit like that. They never told you anything because they wanted you to fall and fail in the first place. They did not expect you to come up out of this. I cannot make this up. They didn't expect you to come up out of this ditch that they kind of like faulted you into. They had a plan already to blackball you, ostracize you, block you, entrap you into some type of bullshit situation. They already had the plan to do that. They had a major master plan to trap you into a lifestyle that was not supposed to really be yours. How did this happen? And I think that's why you keep looking back on this shit, Big Stepper, because you're like, how did somebody that was talented, had everything going for themselves, go into this particular direction and had to go through all these long-term, life-on-life term griefs that didn't have to go down like that? How did this happen? You went through a lot of heartache. You lost a lot of family. You lost a lot of money. You lost some of y'all may have lost your health, and some of y'all actually just lost your self-esteem. Okay? You may not even you may be in great health, but lost your self-esteem. You lost your passion and your love for life. Okay? Because these people was jealous of you. Jealousy is a mental health disease, guys, that need to be studied. Wow. Enough to destiny swap you of some kind. They was trying to destiny swap you. Okay? So this is the thing. You over here wanting the approval and the love and respect from people who is mad that you overcame their traps that they placed on you. You were not supposed to overcome the traps that they set upon you, Big Stepper. This was supposed to slow you down. How down? Slow you down to where you'll fall for any type of thing. They wanted to slow you slow you down spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. They wanted you to fall for any love, or they wanted to treat you like a rag doll or something like that. This is why they get mad that you got people that love you, because you wasn't supposed to be loved in their eyes. You're supposed to be used as like a worm to a big fish or something like that, like bait. Okay? Wow. Yeah, and you're aware of that now. You are aware. You know. So why are you still wanting to be around these people? Let me tell y'all something. I'm not eating or drinking or sexting or texting or talking or flocking or walking with anybody that I know that intentionally tried to hurt me. That's not going to happen, y'all. Okay? I almost got caught off guard one time by accepting a hug from somebody who disrespected me a long time ago. But it's been so long since I seen that person. Quick story time. You know, somebody that really disrespected me. Hardcore. Been nothing but a good friend to this person. But I didn't see him for 15 years after the betrayal. So when they see me again after 15 years after the betrayal, they reached out for a hug and I let them hug me. Okay? And to be quite frank, I feel like I was slipping even then. Because I should not have ever even let that motherfucker hug me. Okay? Excuse my language. That mofo. I should never let that mofo even hug me. But I forgot about the betrayal. See, that's another thing you got to be careful, Big Stepper. You can't forget about the shit people do. You can forgive them, but don't ever forget. Because what happens is 10, 15 years later, they betray you in the worst way. You live your life, and now they get close proximity to you, and ain't no telling what they'll do to you. Because you don't know how their life turned out after that. You know, a lot of these people that do this type of shit, y'all, okay, what I'm looking at on the board here is like people who really don't got really too much shit going for them. The only thing that they had going for them was tearing you down. That was their daily activity. That was their whole life goal, is to stop you from being on top, because you was the only promised one in your community, maybe the only promised one in your family, city, state, county. I don't know what the fuck the deal is, the village. Okay, however you live, you were the only one that was able to get up out of the rut. Okay, there was some type of community curse that only you could break. They was definitely trying to destiny swap you and to slow you down and to take your destiny. I cannot make this up. Their goal was at that time to take your destiny and to destroy you and treat your destiny like it was their own. Okay, they wanted they wanted you out the way so they could be you. And guess what? They did it before. You passed it. They failed. Do you think they'll do it again? Spirit guys, will they do it again? Spirit says they can't. They can't do it again. So fortunately, on your part, they can't do double jeopardy because they already destiny swapped you a long time ago, y'all. Like in your teen year, like 20 years ago, they destiny swapped you. I'm talking they stole your education from you. They stole everything from you. All your opportunities you could have had in your life, they took that. But you went off and you created a whole new set of opportunities for yourself. And you went and rolled the punches. Okay? You came back around and now you're getting everything that was snatched from you. That was taken from you. These people are not going to congratulate you. Because why? Even though they snatched your destiny, they snatched your destiny in the past, y'all. They didn't do nothing with it. So they took all your power from you, but did nothing with it. Can you imagine spending all that time tearing somebody down and was successful? They were successful with tearing you down and destiny swapping you. That means they could have had they had all your opportunities, they had all your popularity, they had all the power that you had, and they still didn't do nothing with it. They still are losers. They still live a loser life. They still don't have nothing to offer. They are still destined, even with your power, to be losers. And so here you are, you took their loser energy, went off in the world, and roll through punches that you didn't have to and recreate a whole new winner, they can't swap you because this is something that's untouched. And so this is why they don't congratulate you. And this is why they're not happy for you. Because they can't swap you out. And then they made a fool out of themselves by even attempting to swap you in the first time and did not gain anything from it, y'all. They gained nothing. They still poor. They still ain't got shit. They still living raggedy. They coochie still stink. They you know what, it's still small. Okay? There ain't nothing new, ain't nothing, fruitful that came from these people. Even with your power, they did nothing with it. Can you imagine that? That's sad. I would be embarrassed. I will be ashamed. I would want to hide my face, y'all. I'm serious. If I'm saying, man, I can see why they're not in your face. But congratulations, Big Stepper, for overcoming life. Congratulations, Big Stepper, for being a winner in your own life, even through the hard times. Congratulations, Big Stepper, for passing that humiliation ritual. Wow. They can't do that, y'all, because they didn't pass their own humiliation rituals. They had their own humiliation rituals that you don't even know anything about, and they did not pass it. So they're not even on your level. It's like a common person like me going up to the president, trying to shake the president's hand. That's unlikely. That's very unlikely. I don't give a damn if I paid $300 to get in the building, $2,000 to get in the ballroom. I can't shake the president's hand if I'm not worthy to do so. I got to pay my way to get in, all the way in. Okay? I can't just walk up to the president and just shake his hand. That don't make no sense. You get where I'm coming from? All right? So let's go ahead and tap in a little more, okay, with the final read. Let's figure out who you are now, okay? Who are you? See, they swapped out a young version of you who didn't have no experience in life, who was actually living in scarcity, and you have family curses on your back. So they really swapped out the wrong person. They should have waited. If that was the case, I mean, FYI, just being real, they should have just kind of waited a little longer before they came for you. But they waited. They were so jealous at the small you. Wow. You were such a small version of yourself. When they swapped you, they didn't really gain as much power as they could as today. But now that you are at your maximum power, because you face all of the challenges, so you're considered to be a spiritual warrior. Wow. And then you still calm and collected. You done found your peace while winning a battle that wasn't even yours or could have been yours. You done fought battles that wasn't yours. You done fought battles that was yours. You fought battles that was everyone's. I mean, you fought for everybody. And still came out looking beautiful and gorgeous, looking like a queen, a goddess. Oh my God, stop it. This is why God blesses you. Anything you think of, you can get it. Anything you want, you can have it, because you are the ultimate warrior of your generation, of your lifetime. Okay? Yeah, these people can't even look at you. And be quite frank, you wouldn't want these folks all in your face anyway, Big Seven. Okay? Yeah. No need for a crowd. You don't need a crowd. You create your own small, intimate parties and stuff like that. Okay? And invite who you want to invite, who you deem to be worthy. Okay? Watch what happens when you start to just choose your own people based on who you are. Okay? You'll see a major change in your lifestyle. All right? Y'all, God bless you all. Thank y'all so much. Click the link in the bio. Check out my description. Learn more about me. Bye.